Now we perform the last and the third cover test, which is a alternate cover test, to establish the whether the eye is alternate or unilateral squint or committant and parallateral squint. Or parallatic squint is secondary deviation is greater than the primary deviation. So let's see what will happen if, suppose if this is eye, right, this is a eye and eye is fixating, right. If this eye is try to fixate here, right, and we simply just occlude the fixating eye or normal eye, what will happen? Simply, right, as we occlude this part, right, this one, as we occlude this one, simply just occlude it. This eye after occlude, when I put the occluder, they swiftly shift into here, right, here after occlusion, right. This is occluder put, this shift into this direction, and this eye come into here to maintain the fixation, means alternate exotropia, right. And what will happen next? As we, there is a four possibility. These eye are simply fixating eye. As we put the occluder in this part, these eye getting deviated and these eye come into the fixating eye. What will happen when on removing the occluder? If we remove the occluder, this eye, right, is here, and this eye is might be chance to remain at deviated position or to maintain the deviated position, right. Now this is the name alternate occlusion. Then if we just this occluder after removing here, we just simply put it here, right, and as we put it here, what will happen? If we put occluder here, then this eye again came to the fixating eye and this eye again maintain the primary position, right, which is same as previous one. It means this is a alternate exotropia, right? So here are three type of conclusion or four type of conclusion we got. The first one, if the eyes alternate exotropia in alternate occlusion or alternate cover test, what we got? If we covered eye maintain or getting deviated, right, as we and the deviated eye maintain fixation, right. When we uncover or on removing the occluder, it might be possibility they maintain on deviation position and they remain at deviated position, right. As we put the occluder here, right, they maintain. As we occluder put here, they again come into the fixate, become a fixating eye as the previous one. So this in a right, this is the case of alternate occlusion. In alternate exotropia, what will happen in parallatic squint? In parallatic squint, it might be possibility the normal eye, right, on removing the occluder, they maintain their fixation, but the deviating eye remain at one position. So this is the conclusion of unilateral squint, right. And what about the committant squint and parallatic squint? In committant squint, right, the primary deviation and the secondary deviation is equal, because now question is here, what is committant? In all position of cage, eye is remain at same amount of deviation, right. Now and the parallaxic squint, the secondary deviation is much more than the primary deviation. No need to overwhelm. I already discussed what is the secondary deviation and what is the primary deviation. Just for your recap, I remind you, in parallaxic squint, the primary deviation means when the normal or fixating eye maintain fixation and the parallaxic eye less deviated because they are already paralyzed, right? We already discussed this chapter in the muscle squealy part, right? And the secondary deviation, as the parallaxic muscle part or those eye maintain fixation who are paralyzed, and the normal eye under cover due to the Hering's law of equal innervation, right? The deviation is more. So this is a gross view, and furthermore in the later session we will discuss the entire motor evaluation, right, or sensory evaluation. So up to this I think this is over. Thank you.